Hello Moto GP enthusiasts, welcome back to DAZN GP today. At the Silverstone Grand Prix, Ducati team principal Davide Tardozzi gave an insightful overview of the current state of his two-star riders, Marc Marquez and Pecco Bagnaia. Speaking to DAZN, Tardozzi praised Marquez's growing maturity and tactical intelligence while acknowledging the ongoing challenges the team faces in restoring Bagnaia's confidence and peak form. Pecco Bagnaia arrived at Silverstone admitting that the Ducati GP25's technical limitations are hampering his performance, particularly compared to last season's GP24. After making Q2, and aided by teammate Marco Bezzecchi's slipstream, Bagnaia detailed the key challenges he faces under braking and corner entry, and explained why reverting to the previous model isn't an option. Despite a challenging day at Silverstone marked by a crash and technical hiccups, Marc Marquez remains cautiously optimistic. The six-time world champion reflected on his race pace, the mental impact of the crash, and the ongoing battle with his brother Alex. With dry conditions favoring his riding style, Marquez is focused on progress as the championship intensifies. Amid swirling rumors about Jorge Martin's future, Honda MotoGP boss Alberto Puig has finally responded. While confirming strong interest in the reigning world champion, Puig made it clear that Honda will not pursue riders currently under contract with other teams. With contract talks ongoing for multiple seats, Honda is carefully weighing its 2026 options. Don't forget to click subscribe button and the bell icon for MotoGP news update. After a long period marked by injuries and adaptation to a new riding style, Marc Marquez is showing signs of evolution not just as a fast rider but as a shrewd competitor. Tardozzi highlighted Marquez's performance at Silverstone, where the rider tactically managed his pace to secure 20 valuable points rather than risking everything in an all-out fight. "He's more aware of his speed and race management," Tardozzi said. "I think he showed real tactical intelligence by not overdoing it and securing 20 points, especially with Zarco pressuring him behind." This newfound balance reflects a maturity that comes with experience. Where Marquez was once known for pushing to the absolute limit every lap, he now understands when to ease off, preserving his championship campaign. "I repeat, Marquez is thinking like a champion right now. He's fully aware of his speed, but he also knows how to manage it," Tardozzi explained. "Before, he always went at his maximum, but now he knows how to manage it. That is the difference." This strategic approach could be crucial in a season where consistency is just as important as raw speed, and it highlights how Marquez has adapted his mindset to the demands of the current MotoGP environment. Meanwhile, Pecco Bagnaia's 2025 campaign has been a roller coaster. The Italian rider, who triumphed in 2023 and narrowly missed out in 2024, has struggled to consistently find the confidence needed to convert speed into victories and podiums this season. Tardozzi acknowledged that while Bagnaia's pace remains impressive, especially demonstrated during a recent test at Mugello on the Panigale, there are still areas where he needs more trust in the bike to push fully, particularly at corner entry and during heavy braking. "We are trying to help him in every way possible," Tardozzi said. "In fact, we had a test at Mugello where he was really fast, so Pecco hasn't forgotten how to go fast. We just have to find the key to give him confidence in the first part of corner entry, and especially in the final part of braking." Despite some gains, Bagnaia's lap times this year haven't been enough to close the gap on rivals or secure consistent front-running results. "Yes, this year's times are faster, and Pecco is going faster, but it's clearly not enough," Tardozzi said frankly. "The difference between the GP24 and GP25 bikes isn't huge, but there is some. So it's us who still haven't found the key to give Pecco that confidence." This points to a psychological as well as technical challenge. While the bike can be developed, the rider must also feel completely at ease to push the limits. And that feeling has been elusive for Bagnaia in 2025. Ducati's challenge this season is twofold: optimizing the bike and supporting the riders mentally and physically through the intense Moto GP calendar. The Silverstone GP arrives at a critical juncture where every point matters, and the physical and psychological well-being of riders becomes just as important as machine performance. Tardozzi's reflections show that Ducati sees Marquez's race intelligence and consistency as a positive sign for their championship hopes. On the other hand, Bagnaia's situation requires patience, trust building, and relentless work from both the rider and the team. In a sport where fractions of seconds make the difference between glory and disappointment, Ducati's focus on restoring Bagnaia's confidence while capitalizing on Marquez's strategic growth could define their 2025 season. Time is clearly on Marquez's side, but for Bagnaia, every test, every session, and every race is an opportunity to regain his winning edge. Bagnaia secured a top 10 finish in qualifying too, thanks in part to an assist from Aprilia's Marco Bezzecchi, who acted as a pacemaker on his final lap. At the end I did well, I managed to get into the top 10 and make Q2. We made a small step forward, which helped a lot. I have to thank Bezzecchi. He was very competitive today and gave me the tow I needed, Pecco Bagnaia said. Despite the positive result, Bagnaia remained cautious about the weekend ahead, pointing to deeper bike issues. The Italian was blunt about the lack of front-end feel on the GP25, which forces him to alter his braking and entry style, sacrificing precision and confidence. I still don't have a good feeling with the bike, especially at the front. It's very difficult to ride cleanly. You have to enter corners very hard but brake less than last year, when I could brake up to the apex. Now I can't, so we have to run soft front tires instead of the mediums we used last year. It's the only way to go fast, but it makes the bike move more and limits braking speed. He noted that Marc Marquez, on the GP24, was able to exploit deeper braking into the corner, a clear advantage under the current rules. When asked if returning to the GP24 was possible, Bagnaia cited the strict technical regulations that prevent teams from reverting to previous year specifications. It's not possible. The GP25 is very similar to last year's bike, but regulations ban changes to certain components. What I'm missing is last year's ability to brake hard inside the corner. Riders on the GP24 can do that, we can't. It's a clear limit. Bagnaia confirmed that Ducati is trialing setup tweaks to unlock better feel, praising a minor change that yielded incremental gains in qualifying. I've tried everything, but so far nothing worked, except today's unusual adjustment, which helped a bit. We took a small step forward. Tomorrow we'll push further in that direction to see if it brings more improvement. He emphasized that while aero and engine updates are similar across seasons, the real deficit lies in braking and corner entry setup. Pecco Bagnaia's candid assessment underscores the fine margins in MotoGP, where regulatory constraints and marginal gains can shape a rider's confidence and results. As Ducati engineers continue chasing the elusive key to GP25 performance, Bagnaia must adapt his style and hope for further small breakthroughs at Silverstone. Marc Marquez admitted he's not quite hitting the fastest lap times yet but feels more comfortable with his race pace. He praised his brother Alex's strong form on a circuit that suits him well and noted the close competition between the two. Less so, because he's the one in the second championship. I know Alex, we both know each other. The good thing is that we're not far away. We're not as good as we were at Le Mans or Jerez or other races, but we're there. We struggled a little more on the fastest lap today, but in terms of pace, I feel better, Marc Marquez said. A crash in the afternoon session weighed on Marquez's confidence, affecting his attack on the fastest lap. He explained the circumstances clearly and stressed it was a rider error rather than a mechanical fault. Honestly, I prefer dry conditions. In the afternoon, that crash weighed on my confidence a little more, and also on how I attacked the fastest lap because I didn't want to crash twice in the same training session. I went in faster, with a bit more angle and more brakes, just the limit of the floor. So, it's nothing to do with what happened. I made the mistake of braking a little more. Nothing wrong with me. Márquez revealed a sensor failure caused an engine stop during practice, forcing him to abort a run due to limited track time. He emphasized the longer post-session analysis where work remains to optimize the bike and his riding. There was a sensor failure. I sent a stop engine message. As a responsible rider, I stopped the engine. There wasn't enough time to change the tires because the track's time window was reduced. If it's longer, it means there's more to improve, not just with the bike, but also with my riding style. Márquez discussed tire strategies and noted Aprilia and Yamaha are closing the gap on Honda. He highlighted how the other manufacturers handle tire wear and their pace advantage with new rubber. As usual, you use 3 soft tires when needed. Alex, Pecco, and I did that. Yamaha's fastest lap is very good. Aprilia and Yamaha are getting closer and closer. Marc Marquez's Silverstone session was a mix of setbacks and encouraging signs. With confidence tempered but race pace improving, the focus now is on fine-tuning both bike and riding style. As the championship heats up, Márquez remains determined to fight at the front and keep pace with his closest rival, his own brother. Jorge Martin's name has been at the center of intense speculation after reports suggested he may leave Aprilia at season's end. Despite Aprilia's firm denial of any contract break talks and Martin's scheduled appearance at an upcoming Aprilia event, chatter about a potential Honda move continues. You are an idiot if you are not interested in a rider like Martin. But we would never try to get a rider that has an ongoing contract with someone. That's not Honda's style, Alberto Puig said. Puig stressed Honda's respect for existing contracts and the brand's policy to only sign riders who are free to race for them. He acknowledged the current uncertainty surrounding the 2026 factory seat but refused to confirm any firm plans. Honda is a company that wants riders who want to come and race for us. This is priority number 1. We are still waiting and checking what the possibilities are. With Luca Marini's contract expiring this season, discussions over a 2026 deal are ongoing. Johann Zarco appears likely to stay at LCR with a factory Honda ride, while Pedro Acosta has also been linked to Honda, though his KTM contract and shared management with Martin complicate any moves. When asked if Aprilia's public denial was directed at Honda, Puig dismissed the suggestion. He confirmed that all teams covet top riders like Martin and reiterated Honda's interest without crossing contractual lines. If we was available, he is one of the riders to consider clearly. Everybody knows this, and this is not Honda's style to cause problems. Jorge Martin's future remains a hot topic, but Honda's message is clear: respect for contracts comes first. With several factory seats up for grabs and the market heating up, the summer months will be crucial in shaping Honda's 2026 Moto GP lineup. Fans will watch closely as the paddock's transfer drama unfolds. Thanks for watching DAZN GP today, and this is your Moto GP news update. And see you next time!